Oh, that helps, I guess. Okay, here I am. Welcome to, Nostradamus to blame, as much as that rolls off the tongue, you know. I came here tonight to this webcam and expected it to be, filled with kind of piss and vinegar, I guess, to, quote the name of the previous video. And honestly, I kind of did expect to be filled with piss and vinegar. Right before this, I was on the phone with Comcast, and I needed to pay a bill that was overdue, in all honesty. But, I got on the phone, I wanted to speak to a representative, so, I pressed 2 after the initial 1, which was, pay on a credit card. And then I ended up being on hold for 25 minutes the first time, which is pretty frustrating, but, my time's not worth pretty much anything, so I just I just waited. I needed to get my internet back, and I actually wanted to talk to somebody. So did that. After every 55 seconds, they interrupt the classical song that they are playing and inform you that you're a valued customer and to please hold on, and a representative will be with you shortly. I don't know if I believe any of that, but I guess that really doesn't matter. But, I hung up the phone after the first 25 minutes, got back on, did the same thing, maybe, I tried to cheat the system, do it again, got on there, I waited about 6 or 7 minutes, and then I just hung up again because I didn't think it was going anywhere, so I just tried to, pay on my own. So I did that, and then, instead of pressing 2, I pressed 1, and got to enter my own information, but they asked for my phone number, and I've mentioned this before, and I will probably mention this again, but I am computer illiterate, or technologically illiterate, also a bit of a speech impediment, it may seem, but so yeah, I tried to enter my phone number, I did it wrong 3 times, and then eventually just pressed a bunch of buttons, and almost immediately after that, I was connected to a representative in real life, and so so I talked to Dexter. Dexter was from the Philippines, and he was very nice. He helped me a lot. He answered all of my questions. I think. Um, but yeah, so I was talking to Dexter, and I gave him a kind of sob story or whatever it was. But so I asked him, Dexter, where are you from? And he said that he was from the Philippines, and that I said that I was planning on moving to Europe, and he said that that was a very expensive place, and I said, well, not too expensive, I spend less money living, I spent less money living there than I have, living here. Food's more expensive at least. But yeah, so I was asking him about the Philippines, I guess, and he said that everyone who's there wants to leave because there are no jobs or anything. And man, it's pretty wild to know that how much like worse the rest of the world is than here. I've always, of course it's pretty obvious. I mean, it's, we use slaves, slaves, I'll put some quotes around that, slaves in other countries, to do jobs that no one here wants to do, or, is overqualified for because they go to college, don't learn shit in college, but, they go to college and they don't want to sit at a call center all day for God knows why. But he said something to me that was, I can't, like, he said that he wanted to see snow before he died, and that he wanted to go to America. And I can't imagine that Dexter was more than 35 years old. His English was impeccable. He said that he loves American movies and loves to read, and I don't, it's just, I come here and I set up shop and I complain about how many things in the world frustrate me or whatever it may be, but goodness gracious, I cannot imagine what it is like to be Dexter. and to hope to see snow before I die and have that be something that, I mean, maybe it's because I grew up in the lovely Philadelphia area climate where it gets down to about 0 degrees in the wintertime when it's angry, and 105 when it's angry in the summer. But oh goodness gracious, that really takes the wind right out of your sails, or the piss right out of your brimstone. I don't know. However, I really want to float it right now, but maybe I'll come back tomorrow. Don't worry, I have a lot of things to say about cable TV, but yeah, well, I guess I'm already ruining my reputation after, let's say, 1.5 videos. But uh, yeah, I don't know. Think about your life. Think about your life in relation to other people's lives. Think about life in relation. I don't know. Think think about think about yourself. Think about other people. Think about all of the things that make your life what it is. I don't know. I feel very strongly about this, and I really didn't even intend to do this today, but after that conversation, it really, I mean, of course, my time is worthless, but me going, sitting on the phone for 20 minutes while, people on the other side of the world want to go away from whatever kind of job they have in search of what? I mean, I don't even really know what's in America to like aspire to be. I mean, you can be Oprah in this country. Oprah could only happen in America. But I it's it's so unbelievable that being, you're born into whatever kind of circumstances that, you are lucky or unfortunate enough to fall into. And that's really something that I definitely take for granted and don't even really. I mean, I do think about it a lot, and I think I would be doing myself a disservice to be saying that that a lot of you know a lot of global things happening aren't related to me, but I definitely think that they are. But talking to Dexter, whatever his I don't know if that's his birth name or his Comcast name or whatever it may be, but speaking to someone who thinks so, I mean, I guess that's what everyone's after, is the grass is always greener on the other side, or this job will get me what I want, or that job has what I want and I can't have it because X, Y, and Z. Well, it's time for me to ABC my way out of here.